है तो कॉन्सेप्ट क्या है। कॉन्सेप्ट के साथ कॉन्सेप्ट के साथ हम बात करेंगे कि ये हमारे ब्रांड के साथ में आप कैसे जोड़ सकते हैं। एंड दूसरा हमारे प्रॉफिट मार्जिन और हमारे फाइनेंसेस के बारे में हम बात करेंगे। तो स्टार्ट करते हैं, व्हाट इज बबल टी। बबल टी जो हमारा कॉन्सेप्ट है, वो ये बबल टी है क्या चीज। बबल टी एक साउथ ईस्ट एशियन कॉन्सेप्ट था, जो अपनी ड्रिंक्स, जो ब्लैक टी या मिल्क टी के अंदर यू ऐड दीज बबल्स। एंड ये कॉन्सेप्ट उनका बहुत ही पुराना कॉन्सेप्ट है, माइट बी 50-60 ईयर ओल्ड कॉन्सेप्ट, बट ये अभी रिसेंटली 5-6 ईयर से वेस्टर्न कंट्रीज में बहुत ही ज्यादा फेमस हो गया है। तो वो कॉन्सेप्ट हमने इंडिया में लेके आया है, ऑफ टेकिंग दीज बबल्स एंड टी के साथ में हम कंबाइन करते हैं। बट जब भी हम इंडिया में लेके आए, वी स्टार्ट मेकिंग इट अ मोर बिगर कॉन्सेप्ट, जिसके अंदर हम शेक्स में ऐड करते हैं, कॉफीज में ऐड करते हैं, लस्सीज में ऐड करते हैं। एंड वी मेड इट मोर ऑफ अ कैफे काइंड ऑफ अ मॉडल रादर देन जस्ट वन ड्रिंक कॉन्सेप्ट। नाउ विल टॉक अबाउट मेरी पर्सनल हिस्ट्री के बारे में बात करते हैं। तो आई बीन इन द होटल लाइन फ्रॉम द लास्ट 15-16 years. We've run hotels, we've run restaurants, so I know a basic background of the back end and the front end. और ये हमारा फोरे था इनटू द रिटेल लाइन एज सच। नाउ इफ यू टॉक अबाउट जो हमारा ब्रांड है, कॉन्सेप्ट, this is a 5 year old brand. So let's recap a little bit. What if we say, why does a person take a franchise? A person takes a franchise because he wants to enter into a a particular industry, and he does not know the back end things. So that's why he takes a franchise. He takes a brand which is already established, and he takes a concept which is just 1 second. I have to go for 1 second.
Okay, dear participants, Mr. Adnan will join us in next 2 minutes. Please stay with us. Thank you.
Yeah, really sorry guys. I had to take that important call. Sub side mein rakh diya, so now I'm with you all perfectly. So yeah, so we start with the brand. What is the brand all about? The brand is Dr. Bubbles. We started this brand about 4 to 5 years back. Now, in concept, when you want to enter into an industry, you see 2-3 aspects. Once, तो you see a brand which is a concept जिसका future है, जिसका ज़्यादा potential है, and the next thing you see that the concept should be really different, it should be really fun, and it should be really acceptable. Third, you should see that the profit margin is there in the concept. So now we'll run through all those aspects. So first we see what is the brand all about. The brand is bubble tea, and then we started a whole chain of desserts in which we are going to talk about the other kinds. Now, what is unique about the brand? So first of all the products we have are extremely unique. None of our products you will see are available in any of the Indian brands of fast food. So we are categorized as a fast food QSR brand, जो knickknacks जो easily fast आप पिकअप करके लेके जा सकते हैं. तो we have the regular stuff only, like milkshakes हो गए, लस्सी हो गए, but all of our concepts have a unique twist to it. So that's why we feel we are a very unique proposition, rather than like up, for example, when you take you see cafes, every day a new cafe is opening up and they're doing the same exact thing. वही कॉफी बेच रहे हैं, वही मिल्कशेक बेच रहे हैं, पैकेजिंग भी उनकी सेम ही है, खाली नाम सबके अलग अलग है. तो everyone feels a cafe is the best way to do, but because there is so much competition, it is very easy to fade away from the background. कि आपका कॉन्सेप्ट बहुत जल्दी फेड हो जाएगा, बिकॉज यूनिक प्रोपोजिशन कुछ है नहीं. तो दैट्स व्हाई वी केम अप विद द कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ बबल टी, एंड उसी को हमने एलैबोरेट किया हुआ है. So we started say in 2015. We started 3 stores in Bombay, and every 3 stores we started in different locations. We started in one was a Khawbali kind of a location, one was a high street location, and one was a mall location. So we wanted to study what is the लोगों का इंटरेक्शन क्या होएगा by looking at such a new product. Our concepts were instant hit in all 3 outlets. So and we got the sales pattern जो रहता है, जो लोगों का expenditure pattern रहता है in all 3 different locations we got. And after that we started our journey of franchising. So initially when we got this concept from UK से हम ये जो पूरा setup हम लेके आए थे was from UK. Our first shop was about 50 lakh rupees investment. So what we started doing is when we saw the sales is there, but 50 lakh rupees ka investment is too high into one single shop. So we localized all machineries. We even started manufacturing all the raw materials in India. So that got our costing to rock bottom. You won't believe right now जो 50 lakh rupees का जो investment लगता था एक shop चालू करने में, and now we've got it down only to 5 lakh rupees. That's it. 5 lakh rupees में आपकी पूरी shop setup होती है. Now there are added other costs like your raw materials, your franchise fees and all, but investment into the shop is just 5 lakh rupees now. So that is the way we localized everything and we made it very franchisable. Now why Dr. Bubbles? A lot of people say कि हम Dr. Bubbles क्यों ले? Why don't we take a brand which is already doing very well? We consider ourselves right now the pioneers and we are doing very well. But people say कि maybe why don't we take a brand which already has 200-300 outlets? See, first you have to not see the brand, you have to see the concept. Brand is also important, but the concept may be dum hona chahiye. Like for example, today what are the fast food concepts right now available? Waffles होंगे, milkshakes होंगे, and cafe है जो regular coffees होती है. You must be seeing every day there's a new cafe opening up, every day there's a new waffle place opening up, and every day there's a new milkshake place opening up. But कोई भी कुछ अलग नहीं कर रहा है. वही same KitKat shakes दे रहे हैं, वही same मैंगो शेक्स दे रहे हैं. मे भी थोड़ा बहुत पैकेजिंग में थोड़ा बहुत अलग होएगा, बट पैकेजिंग ऑल्सो 99% सभी की सेम ही है. दैट ग्लास बॉटल जो केवेंटर्स लेके आया था वो ही सब कर रहा है. So in that sense, we have different packaging. Our shakes are different. Our shakes are made different also. That again will come up to जब भी हम products की बात करेंगे, we'll come up to our shakes are made in a very different way. We don't use ice cream. We don't use anything. तो हमारी costing बहुत कम हो जाती है. Like the second point, if you see, everything we have made in the our concept is keeping in mind your profit. So everything जिसमें for example हम raw materials खुद बना सकते हैं, तो we can always fine tune what we exactly need to make something rather than taking something from the market उसको mix करके लोगों को दे देना, उसमें you'll never earn good profit. So because we manufacture all the raw materials, the profit margin on everything we sell is 75 to 80%. And like you must be knowing, in the food industry to get anything above 50% is a really good margin because food industry is ingredient driven. And here if you're removing the whole ingredient जो regular जो market में आपको मिलता है and you're using commercial grade ingredients, your profit margin goes through the roof. Another फायदा is because we are a totally packaged concept. Like for example, we don't use anything perishable. Like for in the food industry, everyone will talk about आपकी कॉस्टिंग क्या है या आपका फूड कॉस्ट क्या पड़ता है, पर कोई भी वेस्टेज की बात नहीं करेगा. एंड फूड इंडस्ट्री इज टोटली वेस्टेज डिपेंडेंट बिकॉज वेस्टेज इसमें इतना पेरिशेबल चीजें रहती है कि कोई उसको गिनता ही नहीं है. बट इन आवर कॉन्सेप्ट वी मेड इट अ कॉन्सेप्ट विच इज अ जीरो वेस्टेज कॉन्सेप्ट. इसके अंदर वी डोंट यूज एनीथिंग पेरिशेबल, एवरीथिंग वी हैव इज पैकेज. तो जिसका शेल्फ लाइफ 6 months to 18 months का शेल्फ लाइफ रहता है. तो बिकॉज ऑफ दैट आपको जो मैं प्रॉफिट मार्जिन बोल रहा हूँ आपको प्रॉफिट मार्जिन मिलेगा. एंड दैट विल बी द थिंग यू हैव टू कैच. ऐसा नहीं कि आप उसमें एक्स्ट्रा 20% वेस्टेजेस भी पकड़ लो, कुछ भी नहीं. एवरीथिंग वी सेंड टू यू इज पैकेज. तो इसमें फायदा क्या है, यू कैन इजिली स्टोर इट, यू कैन इजिली कॉल फॉर इट. आप एक एक महीने का 2-2 महीने का माल एक साथ में लेके रख सकते हो. यू डोंट हैव टू गो एवरी 2 days बाय दिस फ्रॉम द मार्केट, बाय दैट फ्रॉम द मार्केट. वी डोंट यूज एनीथिंग फ्रेश. एवरीथिंग वी यूज is packaged, come to you, and you just have to remove it, put it in the machines given and serve it to the customer. That's it. Another thing we've done is we made sure that we have something for everyone. Like we are a bubble tea brand, वो हमारा USP कभी भी हमारा USP will be bubble tea. But we have even launched our shakes and the waffles and the hot teas. We've even launched pizzas. We've launched some new kind of savory waffles. A lot of new products are coming in the pipeline. So we are not stuck, like how I said, we are a unique brand, but we are also a innovative brand. We are not stuck with one single concept. Like for example, I will take an example of some really big brand. You could take Keventas only. Amazing brand, but abhi अचानक से just faded away because they were not launching new products. उनका customer base strong था, उनका expansion अच्छा हुआ. But after 1.5 years, if you don't refresh your product line, you're never going to get your customers again back. Like for example, in McDonald's, every 6 months they have a whole new menu. maybe the core menu is always the same, but their backup menu or the support menu keeps on changing. So that keeps on the customer का जो interaction है, जो customer का attraction level है वो बना के रखता है. That is what also we do, is go on changing our support products. And आप हमारे support product भी अगर देखेंगे, I will be putting up the whole menu and I'll show you the products right now in the presentation. Our support products also completely different from what is there in the market. ऐसा नहीं है कि जो मार्केट में मिल रहा है वही हमने सपोर्ट प्रोडक्ट्स में डाल दिया कि वो पैनकेक बना रहा है हम भी पैनकेक बनाएंगे, वो वॉफल बना रहा है हम भी वॉफल बनाएंगे. नहीं, हमारे completely different है from the market. So if a person particularly likes something, they have to come. So that's why we feel there is something for everyone in our outlets. Another thing, why you take a brand आप कभी कैटेगराइज करेंगे जब उसके ऑलरेडी बहुत सारे आउटलेट खुल गए, दे नो हाउ टू हैंडल फ्रेंचाइजी. So we opened about 45 outlets pan India. We've been awarded say 4 awards in the last 2 years, and that is mainly for our franchising. Another thing is what is because we have our manufacturing, we know we can easily modify the raw materials, easily modify the menu, easily modify the taste for the customer. So that has always been our success formula. Need and speed. जो customer को चाहिए उसको as fast as possible deliver to the customer. I'm not talking about only in the shop, I'm talking about in the back end also. For example, a customer, a particular franchise is saying, hey, our drinks need to be a little more sweeter. We can do that because we control the raw materials. Another thing, because we have a complete machine setup, इसके अंदर you do not require any skilled labor. You require fresher staff जो कभी लाइफ में किधर भी काम नहीं किया. We can train that kind of a person also to do the whole menu in just one day, and that also basically through online training. Everything we have is machine operated and our pre-mixed based. तो उसमें कुछ भी उसको ऐड कम ज्यादा किधर भी कोई उसमें स्किल की जरूरत नहीं है. तो in that sense you can be totally independently running your outlet. Like for example, I'll give you an example of McDonald's. McDonald's में 90% लोग जो काम करते हैं are freshers who never done any kind of business or any kind of chef or any kind of course also. That kind of people work in McDonald's. Why? Because they have a total machine setup, SOP based. SOP means standard operating procedure based. पूरा उनका system रहता है. And we also have a SOP manual for a whole system. तो उसमें you just have to read that and read करके वो चीज पैकेट से निकालनी है, मशीन में डालना है, मशीन से निकाल के सर्व कर देंगी, and that's it. So we made the products very easily replicable and replicable by anyone. So that is one of the things we've done for Dr. Bubbles, that you're not dependent on us for staff. Nothing. So we are looking at 150 to 250 square feet area. First of all, to why a small little shop? Because it's a small investment. Bigger the investment, bigger the shop, bigger the investment, it becomes more harder to operate. 150 स्क्वायर फीट आप मानेंगे नहीं, कोई हमारी शॉप्स में खाली एक बंदा भी इजीली पूरी स्टोर चला सकता है, बिकॉज इट इज मशीन ऑपरेटेड. वही बंदा ऑर्डर लेता है, 2 से 3 मिनट में इजीली ड्रिंक बना के कस्टमर को दे देता है. एंड एवरीथिंग वी हैव इज मेड विद डिस्पोजेबल्स. So the staff does not need to clean anything or serve anything. It is given to the customer like a takeaway, and the customer has to take it. Now, like I told, 150 to 50 square feet can be run by one person also. But yeah, if the place is doing really well, you need about 2 to 3 people to run the store. थर्ड थिंग, जितनी छोटी स्टोर रहेगी उसको एम्बियंस सेट करने में बहुत इजी हो जाता है. जितना बड़ा स्टोर रहेगा उसको उतना इंटीरियर डिजाइनिंग करना पड़ता है, एक्सपेंडिचर बढ़ जाता है. अनदर थिंग, क्रिएटिंग एन एम्बियंस मींस जितनी बड़ी जगह रहेगी उतनी खाली दिखेगी, जितनी छोटी जगह रहती है उतनी फुल दिखती है, एंड ऑटोमेटिकली क्राउड पुल्स क्राउड. या like I told, lesser the staff, so easier the to control the staff, and smaller the place, आपका stocks भी उतना easily control होता है. And the biggest thing is less on rent. So for example, आपके अगर fixed cost कम होंगे तो your main thing of doing a new business is to earn money, your return of investment. तो आपकी जितना कम इन्वेस्टमेंट रहेगा और जितना कम आपका फिक्स कॉस्ट रहेगा उतना जल्दी आप you will recover your investment. Again, another slide is, most of our outlets are very lab themed, because we have to have a common theme between all our Dr. Bubbles outlets, like the name goes doctor. So we made it very, lab themed kind of an outlet. We have a lot of waffle varieties. I'll show you आगे जाके in the coming slides. Another positive of our brand is we are a pure 100% pure veg concept. There, yeah, then and everything we make is hand made to order. So, for example, someone wants a more thicker drink, someone wants a more sweeter drink, someone wants less ice. Everything can be customized. And another thing, we use non-dairy creamers. This is a very new thing in the market. A lot of people want dairy, but a lot of people in the international community are going non-dairy. It is more healthier. It is less on calories, and so in that sense, we are the most healthy, fast food brand in India, if you go to say. But yeah, we have not compromised on taste in any kind of aspect. Okay, these are some of the franchises we have and some of the awards we won. I'm going to be putting these slides again on the latest, so you can go through them. Okay, one of the biggest questions everyone asks is what is the brand support? Brand support क्या देगा? For example, हमने आपकी franchise ले ली, उसके बाद what is the brand going to do for us? So we take care of complete designing, we take care of complete training. Like exactly, if you take a franchise, you are supposed to be doing only standing on the front end. बाकी everything we will be there to handhold you. Now ये everything का जो है मैं आपको exact वो दे रहा हूँ कि what is the everything we going to do. First is designing. Designing is in two aspects. One is your shop designing, your local offline designing, and one is your online designing, जो आपका marketing support की जो जरूरत रहती है. Nothing training. We are going to be training the owners as well as the staff. Owners को हम owners की training देंगे कि how to control the staff, how to control the marketing, how to take care of your local marketing. तो for example हम हमारी strategies को उनको train करेंगे, and जो staff को है हम उनको train करेंगे. And this training will always be there till the 5-year period. For example, ऐसा नहीं हमने एक टाइम ट्रेन कर दिया उसके बाद वापस ट्रेन नहीं करेंगे. Nothing we do is social media marketing. Like for example, जो हमारा आपने देखा रहेगा जो प्रोडक्ट है बहुत ही यंग प्रोडक्ट है. It's that age bracket of 15 to 30 का जो ब्रैकेट है एज ब्रैकेट उसमें बैठता है. तो वो जो ग्रुप है वो कोई टीवी पे ज्यादा नहीं बैठते, न्यूज़पेपर ज्यादा पढ़ते नहीं, वो आज के टाइम में कंप्यूटर और फोन पे ही बैठते हैं. So that is why our main focus is towards social media and online website marketing. उसकी हमारी पूरी टीम है and total support है हमारी आपसे. तो for example, if you want a custom post, we can make that custom post and put. And what we will be doing is we will be making a separate page for your Dr. Bubbles page. For example, हम अहमदाबाद में आउटलेट खोल रहे हैं तो हम Dr. Bubbles अहमदाबाद का पेज बनाएंगे आपके लिए स्पेशली. And that page will be supported by us. ऐसा नहीं है हमारे एक सिंगल पेज है उसी को हम सपोर्ट करते हैं. We will be making a separate page for every outlet and we will be supporting that on all social media platforms, not just one single या Facebook या Instagram में, सभी social media platforms पे हम बना के उसको सपोर्ट करेंगे. Nothing back-end support, सब machines जितनी भी सर्विसिंग है, ट्रेनिंग हो गया, then software designing हो गया, everything back-end we will be your one-stop shop for everything. Another thing, we will be training you for events. You won't believe जितना शॉप से इनकम है उससे ज्यादा कभी कभी इवेंट्स से इनकम हो जाता है. Like for example, bubble tea जो concept है, like how I told you, we are the only people in India doing it. So there are people contacting us from all over India कि we want bubble tea at our event. So literally a lot of people सामने से, like for example, when they call us, we then forward it to our local franchise. जो फॉर एग्जाम्पल पूना के अंदर हमारे को इंक्वायरी आई तो हम पूना के जो फ्रेंचाइज है उनको दे देंगे कि आप ये इवेंट करिए. तो वी विल बी ट्रेनिंग यू फॉर इवेंट्स ऑल्सो. So that will be a secondary income which will get your ROI a little more faster. Another thing, we can do pan-India marketing. So for example, if you are from some ex-corner of, X state in India and you feel that, Bombay brand cannot do marketing over there, we can do marketing pan-India. We have done marketing in Arunachal Pradesh and we have done marketing in Bangalore also. We have a whole team, marketing team, which sits in our office. Nothing, we keep on sharing new innovations with our franchisee. जैसे मैंने बोला कि our brand is all about innovation. So we keep on coming up with, every 2 months, 3 months, we come. What we do is we launch a new product in our parent outlets. उधर से हम सेल्स और कस्टमर का इंटरेक्शन और कस्टमर का फीडबैक लेते हैं and then we get back to our franchisee. Do you want to launch these new products into your concept? What are our USPs? One thing is we have made all machines specifically for us. So these machines are not available in the market. All are custom made for our brand. But इसमें फायदा क्या है? These machines are made with Indian products. These machines are made with Indian what you say parts. तो for example ये machine किधर भी खराब हो, वो the parts like for example motor होंगे या उसमें coils होते हैं, everything is locally available. So you're not stranded कि अभी हम क्या करें. For example हमने गुजरात में एक मशीन भेजी है एंड बॉम्बे से भेजी है, तो इट्स नॉट कि हमको बॉम्बे से ही पार्ट भेजना पड़ेगा. ऑल द पार्ट्स आर अवेलेबल ऑल अक्रॉस इंडिया. We have started the concept in 2015. By 2018, we did reach about 50 outlets. That's been our graph. Now, a slide in which everyone says कि ROI जो ये चीज है हम जल्दी कैसे ला सकते हैं, ये ROI कितने टाइम में मिलती है. तो ROI is something which is called return on investment. A lot of people ask us कि how fast will we get our money back. See, एक तो होता है कॉन्सेप्ट के अंदर आपको confidence है, and another thing is how fast are you going to get money. It's all about the money. The first is you always have to give your 100%. जो भी फ्रेंचाइज अपना 100% नहीं देता है, लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल इट इज अ हॉस्पिटैलिटी बेस्ड इंडस्ट्री, इट इज अ सर्विस बेस्ड इंडस्ट्री. आप सोचेंगे कि मैं खाली इसको चालू करके अपने आप चलने वाला है. कोई भी आउटलेट अपने आप नहीं चलता है. इन द सर्विस इंडस्ट्री एटलीस्ट यू हैव टू गिव अ पर्सनल टच तो देना ही पड़ता है. तो टिल यू डोंट गिव योर 100% टू इट, it does not require a lot, but yeah, जो चीजें उसमें जो जगह उसमें पर्सनल अटेंशन की जरूरत है उसमें लगता ही है. आई गिव यू एन एग्जांपल. We have outlets which are doing 10 to 12 lakh rupees a month business, and we have outlets which are doing 3 lakh rupees. अभी हमारे कॉन्सेप्ट में तो कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, because in one place we are doing 12 lakh rupees. So why is that other place doing only 3 lakh rupees? It is mainly because of the effort of the franchise. If the franchise is not pushing it locally, not promoting it locally, not standing over there seeing the customer का feedback क्या है, customer को help करो कभी-कभी, in terms of pushing the product. If you don't do that, it's a new product, it needs to be pushed. But once it's pushed, it can get better sales than any other product which is there in the market. So that is the most important thing, is to get your ROI fast. Another thing is, secondary incomes like events, birthday parties, kitty parties. So we will be training you for all of that, and that is one of the biggest incomes you could get. Like for example, we have one shop which does about 10 to 12 lakh rupees per month sale from the shop, and does about 10 to 12 lakh rupees from events also. But now these events are all season based. But yeah, in season you can really get good income from your these events as such. Now we'll come to our eatables. So we've done a lot of new kind of eatable. Like if you see, this glass is a half-liter glass and the waffle is still sticking out. So this is literally a 2-foot waffle. And when it comes in front of you, you can, people really get shocked in front of your eyes. Okay, what is this? So this gets you the eyeballs, and this is something which becomes viral. So we have a lot of products which are so unique that most of the bloggers want to write about. Now bubble teas के अंदर also, there are a lot of ways of making bubble tea. So in that also we've kept our ingredients are all naturally sourced. The bubbles, initially we were importing them from Korea, but now because the tensions going on, we are importing them from Taiwan. Most of the fruit flavors we have are locally made, and they are made to suit Indians, जो taste buds होते हैं. Now we'll talk about our main product. is जो सेंटर से हम बात करेंगे, वो जो सबसे ऑथेंटिक बबल टी है, the popular one which is taro bubble tea, and उसके ऊपर हम tapioca pearls डालते हैं. On the left we have iced tea, bubble tea, जिसके ऊपर हमने mango popping bubbles डाले हैं. On the right we have iced coffee, a blueberry iced coffee, जिसके ऊपर हमने jellies डाली हुई है. वैसे लेफ्ट में मिल्क शेक और राइट में लस्सी है. तो जो एक प्रोडक्ट था उसको हमने एलैबोरेट करके 5 प्रोडक्ट लाइन बनाए हुए. द क्लासिक बबल टीज, द रेगुलर बबल टीज, द आइस्ड कॉफीज, द मिल्क शेक्स एंड द लस्सीज है. उसके अंदर हम फिर टॉपिंग्स सर्व करते हैं, which again I'll show you. So this is the whole product line we have right now. Even the teas we have, you see, are very different. We are going on innovating with new things. Like this is the green matcha tea. On the left we have the Taiwanese taro tea. Now this is the whole menu. Like if you see in the menu also, we just don't have 4-5 different things. We have about 20 flavors in everything we have. So again, we will be putting this menu on the later stage. You can put down your email ID. We'll be sending you the whole investor set also. Now we'll talk about our product, bubble tea. So bubble tea जो basically होता है, it's a black tea. But India में when we got black tea, we thought it was not really getting accepted. So we are the first people in the whole world to brew bubble tea with green tea, and it is freshly brewed इन द कैफे। तो ऐसा नहीं है कि हम कोई पैकेट निकाल के दे रहे हैं जो आपको सर्व करना है। इट इज फ्रेशली ब्रूड इन अवर प्रोप्राइटरी मशीन जो है उसके अंदर फ्रेशली बनती है, कस्टमर को हम सर्व करते हैं। उसके बाद में देन वी ऐड आर डिफरेंट टॉपिंग, द बबल्स, द जेलीज, वो हम उसमें ऐड करके कस्टमर को सर्व करते हैं। जैसे द बबल कॉफी, अगेन वी आर द ओनली पीपल इन इंडिया ब्रूइंग कॉफी विद ग्रीन कॉफी। You must have not heard green coffee होता क्या है। Normally coffee is always black coffee, but it is very strong, it is full of caffeine and it is very very bitter. Our coffee is 0% caffeine and 0% bitter. So it is a coffee which is meant for all ages. कोई भी बच्चा भी ये कॉफी easily पी सकता है। पर इसमें फायदा क्या है? फॉर एग्जाम्पल आप कोई भी फ्लेवर ब्लैक कॉफी में डालेंगे कभी भी पकड़ेगा नहीं। बट हमारी कॉफी में बिकॉज इट इज सो टेम और बिकॉज इट इज लेस बिटर, उसके अंदर कोई भी आप फ्लेवर डालेंगे वो इजीली वो फ्लेवर को पकड़ लेता है। एंड देन वी कैन ऐड इट विद नाउ वन ऑफ द बिगेस्ट थिंग, आवर बेस्ट सेलर्स आर आवर शेक्स, बट आवर शेक्स आर नॉट मेड विद आइस क्रीम, दे आर मेड विद आवर प्रोप्राइटरी बेस्ड पाउडर एंड दे आर थिक, रिच एंड क्रीमी शेक्स. They're non-dairy, lactose-free, allergy-free, and they are low calorie. But they taste exactly like a thick ice cream shake. And uske baad then we add the topping and the bubbles and the jellies, and we make it a very fun kind of a thing. Same thing with our lassi. Now we'll come up to our bubble waffle जो मैंने आपको पहले बताया. We have about this is our most trending product. Trend क्या चीज होती है जो कस्टमर जो फोटोज लेके फेसबुक पे डाले या इंस्टाग्राम पे डाले, एंड दैट इज something you want in the service industry of for people to do marketing for you. आप तो खुद आपकी marketing करेंगे ही, but when people do marketing for you, that really makes a lot of difference as such. Now in waffles also, you must have seen Belgian waffles everywhere, but we didn't want to do the same regular waffles. Like how I told you earlier, in our brand we do everything differently. We don't have anything which is there in the market. So if you see our waffles, are American waffles, they are really really fat, they are thick, inside say they are soft. So if you like something like that, there is no one else doing it. So people have to come to us. This is something new we've done. Like you must have heard nachos, cheese nachos or salted nachos, which you then dip into cheese sauce or salsa sauce and have a very similar concept. So they are sweet nacho chips again, which you make in the outlet, and then you serve it with ice cream and chocolate sauce. So it is somewhat like an ice cream which you can share. Like today, if I tell you to take 100 rupee ice cream in a cone, can you share it with 10 people? No. But this is something you can share. And in an Indian background where 6-7 people, तो 6-7 लोग तो साथ में आते ही है. So in something where you can give a social or very shareable concept, something it really works. So this is something which is really really moving nowadays in our outlets. Our pancakes also, if you see, really really small. They're big. We call them bubble pancakes because they're really small. Normally pancakes are quite big. So when pancakes are big, they become very doughy to have and they become very messy also. This is something which is not messy. Again, our hot chai and hot coffee menu, because most of the cities in India, when they become hot, they are really hot, and when they are cold, they become really cold. So we put a hot menu also. In the hot menu, we've not kept the regular stuff like how we say we have Hong Kong tea, lemongrass tea, Thai tea. एंड जो हमारी थाई टी रहती है वो हम कोकोनट मिल्क से बनाते हैं, तो वो हल्का सा डिफरेंस रहता ही है. अगेन आवर चाय इज मेड अंडर अ कैपेचिनो मशीन. तो आप देखेंगे चाय पे भी इतना फ्रॉथ रहता है कि वो दिखती है दूर से कैपेचिनो जैसे. अगेन वी हैव द फुल कैपेचिनो, मोका कैपेचिनो का पूरा मेन्यू है. दिस इज समथिंग न्यू वी स्टार्टेड. Is a lot of franchisees were telling us, why, because सब brands are doing fries nowadays, आप भी fries क्यों नहीं कर रहे हो? So we started making waffles with potato batter, and उसके ऊपर हम cheese sauces and everything. So this is something which is really moving in some of our outlets. We call it the potato waffle, but a lot of people are calling the savory waffle, the cheese waffle. So it is a waffle, a pizza, and French fries all combined into one kind of a dish. Our ice cream burgers, again, very simple to do. Very, we just take tutti frutti buns, we add ice cream, we add chips, and we add chocolate over it, and it becomes a whole new dish. It gives you a very nostalgic feeling. So one of the moving items we have. Again, the toppings we have the freshly made tapioca, chocolate chips, fruit jellies, our popping bubbles. So this is our main concept, the popping bubbles. So this is actually a syrup-filled bubbles which goes and bursts in your mouth with flavor. So for example, you are having a vanilla shake, तो vanilla shake के साथ में आपने मे बी कीवी बबल ले लिया है और उसके साथ में स्ट्रॉबेरी बबल भी डाल दिया. नॉर्मली आप ये 3-4 फ्लेवर को मिक्स करेंगे तो फ्रूट पंच हो जाएगा, आपको कभी भी ये फ्लेवर्स अलग से नहीं आएंगे. बट व्हेन यू हैव दीज बबल्स, तो ऑल दीज फ्लेवर्स विल रिमेन सेपरेट. फॉर एग्जांपल वेनिला आप पिएंगे तो वेनिला ही आएगा. अचानक से व्हेन यू गेट द बबल ऑफ द कीवी, इट विल कम एंड बर्स्ट इन योर माउथ एंड यू विल गेट अ कीवी बबल का टेस्ट. And for example, if you get, next time you're sipping, you get a strawberry bubble. You just get a hit of strawberry and it's gone. So this bursting of bubbles is a very, very unique experience. And we are the only people in India doing this right now. Some of our stores, if you see, even like how I told you, for the first store we did in the mall, we've kept it very, trendy. We've kept it very photogenic. We've kept like a photo up area where people can come take photographs of it, of themselves and post online. This is one store in Surat. This is our first store in Mumbai, the Bandra store. You can always take our, see our ratings. So yeah, so this is our presentation. I don't mind taking questions. Okay, yeah, I forgot to talk about the profit margins and the investment. So for example, the investment is about 15 to 16 lakh rupees to start a store, in which your 5 lakh rupees is the franchise fees, 2 to 3 lakh rupees goes towards the interiors of the shop, 2 to 3 lakh rupees goes towards the opening stock, and about 4 to 5 lakh rupees जो मैंने बोला था shop बनने में लगता है, goes towards making the shop. So that's about 15 lakh rupees is your 15 to 16 lakh rupees is the opening investment or the total investment required to start a bubble tea store. Now, if we talk about profit margins, we are right now looking at very, very high profit margins, only because, like how I told you, हम बहुत चीजों के अंदर we don't use ice cream, we use our proprietary raw material. Now, because we don't use those expensive products, our the food costing goes really, really low. So we are looking at about 20 to 25% food cost. That's it. That's a profit margin of about 75 to 80%. And that to get in the food industry is something which is really, really high. So I feel, when you have such a high margin, you can't really go wrong. In sense, when you have 1 or 2 bad months, you're still sorted because your margins were really high. Even when your sales is low, like how I told, I have outlets which are doing, 3-4 lakh rupees business. In that 3-4 lakhs also, you can recover your money in 1.5 year. And if you're doing about 10-12 lakh rupees, you can recover your money in about 6 months. So yeah, that's the basic presentation. I don't mind taking questions if you all want. And what I could do is, people who are interested, please put down your email ID. I will send you all the whole investor set, in which I'll give you a detailed financial model, and I'll be putting the same presentation online again, so you can go through the presentation.